Good afternoon from across the pond. I'm in a really good mood for a couple of reasons. Man, I'm loving this weather. In fact, if I squint hard enough, I can see blue skies above England. You know how rare blue skies above England are? The sunshine makes fewer appearances in England than the Redskins do at the Super Bowl. But the good weather has me in a great mood. And you know what else has me in a great mood? In a few weeks, my aunt and cousin will be visiting me in Nottingham. And soon after that, my girlfriend will be visiting me in Nottingham. So I'm going to be getting lots of visitors from the States in the next few weeks. Now, because I'm going to be getting so many visitors, I've decided it might be a good idea to explain certain cultural elements to them before they arrive, or to anyone else that might happen by, so they don't hit the same culture shocks that I do. So, what we're going to do now is a little segment I like to call JT's English Slang Alphabet for Americans. A is for arse. Arse basically means butt, or, as you can imagine, ass. Also, like the American word ass, it can be combined with many nouns and verbs to create other new words, like, arse over tit, or arsewipe, or arseload, or, anything like that. B is for barmy. Now, if someone calls you barmy, they're basically calling you crazy. An example sentence, Liza Minnelli is barmy. C is for chips, or as you Yanks know them, French fries. Exceptions include American fast food restaurants like McDonald's, where they still refer to them as French fries. But if you're coming to England, I suggest you don't go to McDonald's. D is for dodgy. This means suspicious. Now, you can have dodgy food, which is going to give you food poisoning, i.e. from the local chippy, or you can have a dodgy drink, which means someone slipped a roofie in it. E is for early days. It means something you don't know about yet. For example, you ask your friend, "Hey, you got the Ebola virus?" They say, "It's early days. I haven't started bleeding out of my eyeballs yet." F is for faffing. Faffing sounds dirty, but it's not. It just means fussing. So you yell at your friends if they're trying to decide which movie to go to. You say, "Oi, you lot, stop faffing about!" G is for a Glasgow kiss. Or, as we would call in America, a headbutt. Apparently those Scots just get out of control. H is for hooligan. You'll usually find them at football/soccer stadiums. Football if you're English, soccer if you're American. Or Canadian. Hooligans tend to break stuff. They like to tear stuff up and they like to fight each other, especially if they're on opposing teams, but occasionally they'll fight each other if they are from the same team. Generally, while in England, you should probably try to avoid hooligans, or hooliganism, as it's destructive. I is for ivories, or, as we would call them, teeth. Well, I'm sure the English would call them teeth if they're not calling them ivories. No, they say teeth. J is for jab, or in American parlance, an injection. K is for knackered. It means worn out or tired. It's very usable if you're hungover or, quite possibly, still drunk. L is for being laddish. You see, in the States, well, occasionally we might call someone a lad. That young lad over there. Well, over here, lad means something different. I mean, of course, you can say, oh, there's a bunch of young lads playing on the side of the street. Yeah, that would be accurate. A lad, over here, is someone who is male, confident, generally brash. They're not going to shy away from making discriminatory remarks about the opposite sex. And they like to have a drink. In fact, they like to have many. Laddish behavior typically ends with collapsing at the end of the night. Or halfway through in some cases. M is for Marmite. Marmite is a yeast extract product. It's a spread kind of like peanut butter, and it's found by scraping the dregs off of a beer vat and refining them. Personally, I think it tastes like crap. But then again, the company's slogan is love it or hate it. N is for not cricket. You say something's not cricket if it's unacceptable or generally wrong. For example, what, you put mayonnaise on your Marmite sandwiches? Oh, mate, that's just not cricket. O is for off one's trolley. In America, you'd say, oh, you're out of your gourd, or oh, you've gone off the reservation. Well, in England, you're off your trolley. P is for pikey. It's a derogatory term for vagrants that live in England. If you've seen the movie Snatch, you'd be familiar with it. Q is for quid. It's basically a pound, just slang. Kind of like we'd say bones or clams or bucks back in the States. R is for rude boy. A rude boy is usually a style-conscious male with plenty of attitude. Rude boys can be found in any British gangster movie. They're usually employed as hired muscle. S is for sticky wicket. That's a problem that's really tough to solve. The Israeli-Palestine conflict. That would definitely qualify as a sticky wicket. Coincidentally, killing each other, that's not cricket. T is for taking the piss, which is basically what you do when you harass someone or make fun of them, generally for humor's sake. The English really like to take the piss out of each other all the time. It is not the extraction of urine via catheter or any other means. No, it is simply just making fun of another person. U is for uni, because the English can't be bothered to say the entirety of university. So I don't go to the University of Nottingham, I go to Uni Nottingham. V is for the Vicky or the V, which is essentially the English version of the middle finger. W is for wanker, which is what the Brits typically call someone who cuts them off in traffic. X is for X Factor, which is basically Britain's biggest talent search show, and everyone watches it. Y is for Yank. That's you and you and you and you and me. We're Yanks. We're from the United States. We're Yankees. Even if we're from the South. And finally, Z is for Z, which is what the British call the letter Z over here. Strangely enough, they don't call the band ZZ Top, as that sounds really stupid. And now you've been through my British alphabet. So, I think I'm going to go brew some tea, finish making my chicken korma, which I'm attempting to cook for the very first time, and I have high hopes for it. And then I'm going to leave you all with another riveting installment of Limey News for American Chaps. The Handlebar Mustache Club in East Sussex is celebrating the 90th birthday of its founding father. Members of the club will be styling their mustaches in curly fashions to celebrate posthumously the 90th birthday of founder Jimmy Edwards. The club was formed in 1947, and if you had a beard, you weren't allowed to join. Wait a minute. That's not right. I have a beard. I could curl my mustache. That's complete crap. I've got a mustache. I could wax it. Alright. I am revising and editing the Limey News for American Chaps this week. This just in. The Sussex Mustache Club is full of wankers. Man, that anti-beard business just ruined my whole mood for this afternoon. I'll see y'all later.